I'm just mixing up the dough. I figured I'd go live and chat for a little bit and hopefully meet a few people. I already have like all my ingredients except for the water, pardon me. And so I'm going to start mixing this up and then I'll be adding in the water. So how are you guys doing? Feel free to chat and say hello. Let me know who's here. Um, I've got my scraper, or some people call it a spatula. I prefer to call it a scraper in the water. And I'm just going to put this down here on a paper towel that I have next to me while I pour in the nice warm water. I've been keeping a sourdough starter this time around for about not quite 6 months, 5 months. One of my best friends gave me a starter, and so I've been maintaining it, feeding it daily, baking at least once a week. This time around, I am doing a double batch, so I will get 2 loaves of bread out of this. And no, I find it very therapeutic to mix up the dough. Just let you know, I did wash my hands prior to starting to mix. And so I'll knead this dough, get it in. I may have to sprinkle in a little bit more flour. The bag of flour is on the other side of my phone. So, but anyway, welcome to the Mindful Kitchen. I hope you're doing well. I don't think I've ever brought you guys down here before. So, anyway, I used King Arthur bread flour, and then this sourdough discard recipe also does call for yeast. I used the discard of the sourdough. My sourdough starter is here in that batter bowl, which is right behind me. Hey, Marianne, good to see you. You love homemade bread, but yeast doesn't like you. Yeah. Fortunately, I can still have yeast. But um, anyway, so I've been keeping that starter for 5 months. Back in 2020, when we were all kind of stuck at home, I kept a sourdough starter from probably the summer, or I don't even remember, fall of 2020. For about 2 years, I kept the starter. Hello, user 2016. Thanks for coming in. And hello, Aubrey Broker. Hi. Hello, Suzanne and Lizard VR. Hey, that sports guy. Do I ship my bread? No. No, I don't. I just share it with the family and friends. I am going to be going down to help my daughter with some pre-graduation activities tomorrow, and she loves my sourdough bread. And her twin brother is also doing some pre-graduation activities. And so, hello, Bay May and Mom. Anyway, so I'm just mixing up some sourdough bread. It's kind of sticky right now. I'm probably gonna have to put in some more flour, but I looks like I have monster hands. That's the first time a streamer I said my name on stream. Ah, you're welcome. If anybody would like to drop their channels here, you can do so. Please don't spam the chat, but if you would like, you can. I think you should be able to drop your channel here. Actually, let's try doing a quote. Could somebody type in the word yogi to see if Nightbot does its Nightbot things here? This is honestly the first time I've done a vertical live before that wasn't for members on my other channel. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Oh, yeah. There we go. Thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, so you can get a mindfulness quote. Why don't you guys ask me some questions, and that while I mix this up, I'm gonna have to get some more flour. It's definitely too sticky. What did the yoga instructor say when her landlord tried, pardon me, to evict her? Namaste. How many subscribers do you need to do a live stream? Well, I don't know. On this channel, I have only 110 subscribers. So hey, if you guys can, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I've been putting out some daily content on this channel and done a couple lives. I've been playing some games and things like that. Um, let's see. Yeah, and so I think I don't know. I think you can pretty much you just have to get approved. You have to do something to get yourself approved and then you can go live. I've been doing like a normal live stream, but this is the first time I've done a vertical live on my phone. It said that I can only have my subscribers plus 25 more people coming through. And so you can go live, but you can't have like hundreds of people in your live until I don't know, prove that you're not going crazy or whatever. And I live in Oregon, Aubrey, and I'm in the Portland metropolitan area. What about you? Where are you? Thank you so much. Okay, I added another quarter cup of the King Arthur spread flour. I got the giant bag from Costco, and it seems to be helping. I don't know if I'll need to add any more. After I get this mixed up, I have two bowls off to the side here already prepped, and I will separate these into two loaves. They will each be just under 2 pounds a piece. And I am making sourdough bread. I'm just going to do regular sourdough bread. I don't think I'll add any like herbs or anything to it, which I've done. I've done a couple variations like a cinnamon sugar, a garlic herb bread, like an Italian bread, and they've all come out really nice, but for the most part, I just do regular sourdough. Ah, you're in Pennsylvania. Ah, I've got family there in the Philadelphia area and surrounding. That's where my dad was born. Okay, Lizard. Well, I think it's possible that you're able to go live. You just have to check it out. Click on the plus and do go live and see what happens. See what YouTube tells you. All right, I'm gonna need some more flour. It's still a little sticky. All right. Hey, so you can also type in the word funny to get a joke if you would like. And if you'd like to tell us your weather, the weather in your area, you can type in the word weather and a space and your zip code. And then Nightbot will tell you what your current weather is. I'd love to be able to read it out. Have any of you ever made sourdough bread before? There we go. Thank you, Marianne. And thank you, Aubrey. Let's see what we get here. So, Aubrey, what do you call a sleeping dinosaur? A dino snore. Okay. And Nightbot says weather for Fulton. We have fair and a temperature of 88 degrees. Ooh, you got it warm. You got some light winds of 3 miles an hour, and the current humidity is 37%. Excellent. All right, we're getting there, but I'm going to put a little more flour. I don't sift the flour. I think this is pre-sifted. Let me check. This is unbleached bread flour, 100% US hard red wheat grown on American farms. Ideal for yeast breads, pizza crust, rolls, and more. Okay, did your bread rise yet, or is this is the start? This is the start of the process. I'm still in sticky mixing mode. So I go from a sourdough discard every day. Let me show you what I do. I've got my refrigerator right here. So every day I take out 1/4 cup of the sourdough starter, which I keep over in that baking bowl right there. And I take out 1/4 of a cup and I label it. So today, this is from yesterday. I still have to feed the starter today. This is 1/4 of a cup and the date that I took it out. Then once I have 4 days worth in here, then I do another one. I start another one. And then I usually bake up like 2 loaves of bread at once. And so, or, I mix up 2 loaves of bread. So I take 2 of those cups of sourdough discard and I mix it into 2 loaves. And then it'll raise for about 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, 2 to 3 hours. Now, today we had a cooler day. I was going to bake like yesterday and the day before. Unfortunately, it was so hot, I did not want to turn on my oven. When the time comes to bake, um, then I it's have to turn on an oven to 450 degrees to bake it up. We're still not quite there. So I can't do a live stream because I don't know how. Oh, well, you just press go live, Lizard. You just press go live and you start talking. What you can do is you can make it not public. You can make it private. And then you can just talk to your camera like I'm doing now. A little bit more flour. You could talk to your camera like I'm doing now and just play around with the buttons. And then once you've done that, you can see how it works and then you can go live and actually go live. Just take a chance on yourself. Okay. How long does it take to make sourdough? So typically, like some people will bake right from their starter. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Um, I'm gonna get this. I'm trying to keep one hand free so that I can touch the screen if I need to, but oopsie, I just touched the other hand. So the whole process, it'll be, 20, 30 minutes to mix it up, couple hours for it to rise. And then once it doubles in size, then you're basically ready to bake with this discard bread. I like making discard bread because then I don't waste the discard. Oftentimes people will just feed their starter, they'll take out and throw it away. That's why they call it discard. And I don't like to do that. I don't like to waste it. Flour is expensive. All these ingredients are expensive. Well, there's very simple ingredients. I use flour, salt, a little bit of sugar, and yeast. Ah, and then some olive oil. I use a little bit of olive oil as well. And so I don't like to throw that away. There we go. Nightbot says for more fun and games and crochet content, check out my other channel, Mindfully Crocheted. This Mindfully Crocheted Unraveled is basically the non-yarny side of my channel. All right. Okay. I'm getting there. Okay. This is doing pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it is still a little bit sticky, but it's okay because when I get to the second part of the process, I can always add, oh, you see that. Do you split the dough and do the rises in separate bowls? Yeah, I do. I have glass bowls right here, you'll see. And then I have a Dutch oven that I bake in, and I bake them separately. I do one loaf at a time. And they take about, when it comes time for baking, they take about 40 40 minutes to bake. You do 20 minutes with the lid on, and then you take the lid off and finish baking it for 20 minutes. Once I get this situated, I'll grab my recipe and kind of read it out for you to show you that process of it because I won't stay live for that long. But then I'll also feed my starter after I get these two loaves split up. So back when I did a sourdough the first time, I used to weigh out the dough and then split it like as evenly as I could. I don't do that now. I just kind of eyeball it. Yeah. All right, let me. Okay. And my name is Mara. Oh, there you go. Yes. MC2 is the code to check out other people's channels. And so if anybody wants to drop their channel, please just do that one time. And you can type in MC2 and then everybody go and check out the channels. Let us know also when you type MC2, put a space, and then you can say you're trying to get subscribers, you're trying to get watch hours. Let us know how you're trying to grow. Oh, sorry. Did you answer me about my old starter? No, Suzanne, I missed it because I've never really done this before. Like, where does it say go live? Well, it's the little plus. Like, I'm using an iPhone, and down at the bottom, there's a little plus. When you're in YouTube, you click the plus, and then you can upload a video, a short, and you could also go live. All right. So, what was your question about your? So, my crochet channel is about my crochet yarny journey. Yes, thank you, Marianne. Marianne definitely goes live and she puts out videos. There we go, Aubrey. Thank you. Head over and check out Aubrey Broker. Okay. All right. I think this is good. I'm going to split it now. All right. I'm not sure if this is exactly even, but we're going to call it good. So I just kind of make it into a loose ball. Let me make a little room here. Move the olive oil out of the way. This is one of my bowls. Uh-oh. You know what? I think this is going to need more flour. Now, Aubrey, tell us a little bit about your channel. Does the word broker have anything to do with it? Are you a broker? So I need to get to 50. All right, well, Lizard, type in MC2 so we can go check out your channel. Let's see, do you bake round loaves? I do bake round loaves, yeah, yeah. And I usually, score them on the top and so they get like a little decorative design. I'll do like diamond shapes or, like a grid, or I'll do like little arrow kind of looking things. Another, okay, means to learn how to go live on YT. Just type how to do a YouTube live. There you go. Yeah, there's so many videos. Yeah, and do that up in the search bar. Right. Sorry, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't think I've taken this long to mix up a dough in a long time. Usually just mix it up, split it up, but because I'm doing this, I think it's taking a little bit longer. Nice thing about dough, it can be forgiving. All right. Okay, I bake round loaves too because my Pampered Chef Dutch oven is round. Oh, yes, I sold Pampered Chef for 5 years. Okay. Um, this feels a little small. Gonna add some more. And so I have taken this glass bowl and I wiped a little bit of olive oil in there. And then just gonna get it into a little bit of a circle here. There we go. And I just stick it in, and then I have a plate that I put on top. I'm gonna grab it real quick. Okay, just a IKEA plate, a plain white plate. I stick it over the top, and then I'm gonna put this one behind on the stove. I'm gonna grab the other glass bowl and the other part of the dough. Okay, this one may be a little bit smaller, but this glass bowl is also a little bit smaller. Not a big deal. Broker is your last name. Okay, I thought maybe you were like a mortgage broker or something. All right, so there we go. There's the other one. And let me take this bowl out of the way. So this, I do the same thing. I just flip the plate over, little something on the bottom of that. And this one doesn't quite rest on the lid that way as well. Let me flip it this way. And then I'll stick that one on the stove behind me as well. My dog is talking. All right, so I grabbed my starter and I'll show you that. And then I've also got the sourdough. I keep track of the feedings of my stuff here. Okay. On a 3 by 5 card, I write it down. When I feed it, I just say, I took out this much, I fed it this much, and that is usually what I do. Okay, so I actually have, this is a Pampered Chef bowl. You can see how much it rose. So after I feed it, I mark it with a dry erase pen and I put the time and date. And then you can see it rose up all the way. This has already gone down a little bit. Right here is where it rose up to last night, and then it's kind of fallen back down to here. Isn't that cool? And you can see inside it's got like all the little air bubbles and stuff. I don't really want to tip it, but yeah. All right. I've got to do something about my hands real quick. So why don't you type in funny weather yogi? I'll be right back. My sink is right here. I'll keep talking while I wash my hands. So that way I can do some more work and feed the starter and show you guys that. Sorry about the sound of the water. I'm just gonna do like a quick rinse to try to get as much of the dough off my hands as possible. Then I'll dry it off with a paper towel, catch any of the dough parts that I might have missed. Right. Dang. Stingy bug just buzzed my head. Nope, dead stingy bug. On a live stingy bug now. Alright, I still have a little bit on my hand, but I'll just use my paper towel to get that off. Okay, so I'm gonna actually grab that starter back out, or the discard, I should say. And I'm gonna grab my dry erase pen and my pencil. I keep the sourdough starter on the counter because I I want to be reminded, don't forget to feed it. I usually feed it at the same time every day, but since work has just kind of stopped for me, I work at a school as an instructional assistant, and that is my day job. But we are starting summer break, and today is the first day. So yesterday I fed it at like 8 o'clock, 8:05, and then I will be feeding it today. I'm on the West Coast. It is 11:26. It's almost 11:30. So I'm a few hours late in feeding it. But anyway, I'm going to write 6:11, 1/4 cup. Okay. And I use another old pampered chef tool for doing the pulling out the starter, and I'll grab that and show you. My little measure all cup, and I set it to the 1/4 of a cup. I'll put the discard in there and then put it into the little discard bowl. All right. I'm not sure what that little emoji is. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to grab my scraper and scrape around the side. Okay. And that just kind of gets the air bubbles out. Okay. Oh, I gotta have the lid off. Otherwise, that'll be hard to do. Then I just kind of use the scraper and put it in till I have a 1/4 of a cup approximately. Yeah. So I fill it all the way, and then got the bowl here. Let's see. Hard to see with the chat in the way, I imagine, but okay. Then I just pour it out and plunge it, and I use the side of my scraper to clean it off. Makes for an easy cleanup. All right. And so now I have a 1/2 of a cup in here. I will feed the starter 2 more times, and then this one will be full. So then I put the lid back on and I put it in the refrigerator. When it's baking day, I bring out the discard and I let it sit on the counter for a couple of hours. And that way it just kind of comes up to room temperature and it starts to get that yeast that is in the discard active again. And I'm going to put this in the sink. I won't need it again. And now I'm going to get my 1/4 of a cup of flour and put that in here. Okay. That's it. Now I'm done. Well, I'm not done with this because I use it for I use it for putting the water in because you put in the flour. I just usually like to lightly stir it, and then I'm gonna get some cold water. Hey, Kimji, good to see you. Oh, well, thank you, Marianne. I appreciate that compliment. All right, I'm gonna get it so that the water is not freezing cold, but all right. And this isn't a complete quarter of a cup of water. This is just under a quarter of a cup. I kind of eyeball it, but anyway, put that in there, move that off to the side. Sorry, I keep leaving leaving frame. Yes, how are you doing, Kimji? All right. So anyway, here's me. This I just kind of go around the sides and I mix it in. Oh, it smells so good. Yeah, other than crochet, I like playing games. I like baking in general, but mostly I've just been baking sourdough and I I like doing other lots of other crafts and taking walks, and so I just thought it would be nice to have that and like keep mindfully crocheted, mostly crochet, and then also some of the fun games that I do over there. And then have this unraveled for the unraveled side of my life. How many times have you done live streams? Okay, so over on my other channel, Mindfully Crocheted, I've I've done I do weekly live streams. So I've done a couple hundred over there. But this new channel, Mindfully Crocheted Unraveled, is only like a little over a month old. And so I'm just kind of getting growing over here. So some of the people that you're seeing in the chat are friends from my Mindfully Crocheted channel. You can see the chat, but the screen is buffering. Oh, okay. I'm not sure. Is that how is everybody else seeing me? Is it okay? I know it's a little bit of a different, like I said, different location from where you normally see me up in the yarn room. All right. I usually like to try to clean the sides because. And then I just use my finger to clean off the spatula or scraper. Do I have any kids? Oh, yeah, I have 3 kids. They're all adults. My boy-girl twins are getting ready to graduate on Sunday and Monday. It's just a few days away. They're gonna be graduating college. And then I have another younger son who will be 21 in 9 days. What about you, Aubrey? How old I don't know how old you are, but do you have kids? Okay, I'm gonna get the flour put away. I will need it again in a couple of hours, but in the meantime, I don't need it on the counter. Look at you making sourdough. Hey, little Carrie. Good to see you. Yes, down here in the mindful kitchen. Oh, you're 10. Okay, Aubrey. You're a very mature 10. All right, I'm just trying. I like to clean as I go. Okay. So then after I get the sourdough mixed up, then I'm gonna swap out I'm gonna change the line and change the date information here. So I'll just erase it with my finger. And then I kind of eyeball it. I just like to see what kind of growth it gets. 6/11, we'll just say 11:30. 11:30 Pacific time. All right. just like that. We'll call her she. She goes over there. I I keep it there. All right. And I can close up this. And I'm going to write, I'm actually out of room on this card. I've already filled up the front and back. So I put that off to the side. And I have a new 3x5 card that I'll put today's date, keeping track of, like I said, how I've fed it. So I say, oh, got to put the date first. 6/11 removed, 1/4 cup, and fed 1/4 cup. Some people also, like I was saying, they'll use their, oh, you're so right, because did you say you're in Pennsylvania? So you're, yeah, on the other side there. Um, they'll weigh out the flour and keep track of how much they've used that way. Oh, what did little Carrie say? Oh, yes. Boy, oh boy, I would love to try some of this famous sourdough bread sometime. Yeah. Yeah, well, not sure when am I gonna see you beside, like, maybe I'll bring some when we do the Yarny social in October. I think I should, it's possible I'll still be keeping it then. I'd like to keep the sourdough starter going for at least a year if possible. All right. And then I keep this pencil and this. Oh, right. I was going to read you guys the recipe. And I don't, oh, okay. So I'll tell you who wrote this recipe and then you'll go look for it. I won't give you the exact measurements because you can go look it up, right? And help out Mary Berg. So it's a great little recipe. So you use your flour, your instant yeast, 2 teaspoon, like couple of teaspoons of sugar, some kosher salt, and a cup of the sourdough discard, and then some water, and that makes up 1 loaf. And so I double it to make up 2 loaves. And then, like I said, you can put in a little bit of olive oil if you want, and then mix it all up, put it in a bowl, cover it, and put it just like in a warmish spot. I don't turn on the stove, but I will keep it there because it just is naturally a warmer spot of the kitchen. And then you leave it sit for a couple hours. Uh-huh, yes, Carrie, you you might need to make a visit to Oregon to soon. It was great having you before. And then, okay, I'm going to Virginia next week. Awesome. Oh, yeah. I know. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to Black Sheep because we're gonna do my kids' graduation party, their college graduation party on the same weekend that I think Black Sheep is gonna be, like the 28th, 29th. Is that when Black Sheep is? Question mark. Otherwise, before I drive to Idaho, I can make some fresh bread and then you can have fresh. But yeah, we're gonna do the kids' graduation party that weekend. Hey, maybe we could do well, I don't know. We have a lot going on. My brother-in-law's funeral is also gonna be on Thursday, the 26th. So Friday, the 27th, I'm not sure. If we have family in town, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but anyway, my kids will be coming home and we're gonna have an open house for for them for their college graduation. Okay, I'm gonna put this back over here. But this sourdough discard bread is by Mary, Mary Berg, Berg, and it gets a lot of good ratings. I've been using this for a couple of years now. I mean, when I made the sourdough bread back in 2020 to 2022, I used this recipe, and then I started using it again back at the end of January when my friend gave me a new a new sourdough starter to keep. Yeah, family is way more important than any fest stuff. Yeah, exactly. My kids' names are Ryan and Isabel, and those are my twins that are graduating. And then my younger son is Samuel. Okay, Mama Wench. See you later, Marianne. You have a you have a fantastic afternoon too. Smooches right back at you. Okay, I gotta grab a wet wipe. I'll probably be wrapping things up here pretty soon too. I really appreciate that you guys came to the Mindful Kitchen to check out me mixing up the sourdough and just chatting. And I really appreciate you being here. Banana banana, hello. It's good to see you. I'm gonna grab a wet wipe. I'll be right back. I have just a little bit of flour on the counter. Oh, I'm sorry if I missed it because I only get to see like this much chat, and when it jumps up, I might have missed you saying hello. So hello to anybody else. If you didn't hear me say hello to you, please make sure to um, say hi again, and I'll watch now. I'll watch for all the hellos if I missed saying hello. All right. That just kind of smeared it in a couple of places. Thank you, Aubrey. I appreciate that. All right. I'll just make sure. So funny with the AirPods in my ears. But no, it's been really cool hanging out with you guys. When is my next live stream? Soon, I am sure. Tomorrow, I'm going to be, like I said, taking some of that sourdough bread down to my twins and then doing some pre-graduation stuff with them and like helping my daughter like fix a zipper on the gown that she's renting because it's kind of cool. Like when you're in college, you only have to rent the cap and gown if you want. They have that option available. So I think it's really nice because she just rented it and then she's trying to fix, a little issue with the zipper. So we're going to do that. We're going to just do some other stuff to get ready for her. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got them done so that they'd be nice for the kids' graduation. I got my toes done too. Anyway, so yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to be fairly occupied maybe in the evening and then I may pop up every day on this channel. I put out a video in the mornings of me solving the New York Times games, Wordle strands and connections. So make sure to go over and check that out. And you can also check out my crochet channel if you're interested in that kind of thing. And so yeah, I'll be popping up a lot in the summer, just showing doing the things around around the house and stuff like that. Oh, I should show my plants and how they're growing. I'll do that on another one. But I have some little starter plants, so I'll share a little bit about that stuff too. And my favorite color is, hey, does anybody know what my favorite color is that's here in the chat? Feel free to type it in. It's a shade of blue. Oh, your grandma plays Wordle every day. Well, hey, tell her about Mindfully Crocheted Unraveled. Yeah, let's catch up sometime before I get super busy with graduation things. I have some, yeah, hey, later today. I have to go run a couple errands, but if you're free later today, Carrie, I'd love to. Teal, close. That I think is more Mishi's favorite color. Crystal, hello. Peacock colors. Oh, I do love peacock colors too. Yeah, you're right. Does little Carrie know my favorite shade? Hey, Ola Joe, Andrea, hello. Thanks for popping in. I'm totally guessing here, but cerulean. Oh, it does start with a C, but it's not a soft C. It's cornflower blue, cornflower. It's kind of like a shade, like periwinkle. I mean, this is more of a periwinkle color that's faded, but yeah. I was just wrapping things up, Andrea. Yeah, cornflower. Yeah. What is your favorite color, Aubrey? I was like, it was C something. Yes. Cornflower blue is it's just a nice powdery, s- like sky blue color. I really like all the lighter shades of blue. Teal. Cool. I also like red a lot. I like red, but yeah, periwinkle noted. Yeah, Crystal, what is your favorite color? And let's see, Andrea, what is your favorite color? My mom gets her nails done every month. Oh, yeah, I do it in this time of the year. I do it myself. I never do my fingernails until, it's like summertime. And this is dipping powder. So it's like an acrylic and it lasts longer. So I got it so that it would last at least to my kid's graduation. And then I probably won't do anything. You never know. I might. I might. But I get my toenails done usually once around now, and then once again, like in another month, I'll get like another pedicure. So I would paint mine, but I bite my nails. Yeah. I was never a nail biter in all my years. Blues and purples. Yeah, like that unicorn color that you made. Or is that like pink and blue and purple? Blue, blue. Is that your favorite color? All right. I think I've probably babbled on enough. Thank you guys again for joining in. I didn't expect I was only gonna come on and try this vertical stuff out for like 30 minutes. So I'm almost at 50 minutes. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And as always say, put a little play in your day. Play with some Play-Doh, right? Today I got to play with dough. Great. And I'll catch up with you later. Carrie, thanks for coming in. Bye, Aubrey. Nice to meet you. All right. I haven't never ended one of these, so let me see. Where do I end? Oh gosh. Oh, there's an X. All right. Take care. Be kind.